World War II was not just a conflict of armies and nations. It was a struggle for survival for countless families caught in the crossfire. Before we dive into the 7 essential survival tools that kept civilians alive through bombings, rationing and occupation, I want to invite you to subscribe to After the Sirens and comment below with which survival strategies you find most fascinating. Your insights help us uncover hidden stories from the past and create discussions that go far beyond textbooks. The reality is that every household became a small fortress. Families were forced to innovate, adapt, and make do with whatever they had at hand. The tools they relied upon weren't always glamorous, they were practical, often improvised, and sometimes the difference between life and death. Let's explore them, not as distant history, but as a guide that can still teach us resilience today. The pressure cooker was more than a kitchen appliance. It was a lifeline. During World War II, food scarcity was rampant. Rationing meant that families had to make every ounce count. The pressure cooker emerged as an indispensable tool, allowing for the preparation of nutrient-dense meals in minimal time. Its ability to cook beans, grains, and tougher cuts of meat quickly not only conserved fuel, but preserved essential vitamins that might otherwise be lost in traditional cooking methods. For modern applications, understanding how families use the pressure cooker can inform today's emergency preparedness. Stocking a basic pressure cooker and learning how to cook dried legumes, root vegetables, and even preserved meats can provide efficient, nutritious meals during crises. Step 1 is to familiarize yourself with pressure settings and cooking times for a variety of staples, ensuring you can replicate this wartime strategy safely today. The hand-crank radio connected families to the outside world. Information was, honestly, as critical as food. Hand-crank radios became a lifeline for families, offering updates on air raids, ration schedules, and government announcements. These devices required no electricity and could function anywhere, making them a symbol of resilience. Recreating this approach in modern survival scenarios involves understanding the importance of off-grid communication. Learning to operate a hand-crank radio, or even solar-powered variants today, ensures you stay informed when traditional channels fail. Practically, you should keep one in a central household location and maintain spare batteries or mechanical parts, just as you would during any long-term emergency scenario. The tin can and its ingenious uses went far beyond storage. Canned food was a staple, but the tin can itself became a versatile survival tool. Families repurposed empty cans for cooking, water storage, makeshift stoves, and even improvised heaters. These small metal containers offered durability, portability, and multifunctional uses under harsh wartime conditions. For those exploring historical survival strategies, examining this tool really emphasizes adaptability. Start by collecting clean tin cans, then practice converting them into small charcoal stoves or water heaters for camping or emergency drills. This skill teaches resourcefulness and, well, how minimal materials can be leveraged effectively in crisis situations. The sewing kit saved more than clothes. It preserved dignity and function. Fabric scarcity meant clothing had to last. Sewing kits were vital, enabling families to repair garments, patch uniforms, and even transform old fabrics into new items. This simple tool preserved not just clothing, but a sense of normalcy and morale in the midst of chaos. Today, keeping a well-stocked sewing kit combined with basic mending skills can be part of a comprehensive survival plan. Learning how to reinforce seams, patch holes, or repurpose fabrics ensures that even limited resources can be stretched, echoing the ingenuity of families during the Second World War. The bicycle was, well, truly an engine for independence. During the war, fuel shortages and bomb-damaged infrastructure made bicycles absolutely indispensable. They provided mobility, enabling families to travel to ration stations, evacuate during air raids, or transport goods when public transport was frankly unreliable. A sturdy bicycle could quite simply significantly increase a family's survival chances. For contemporary application, maintaining a reliable multi-speed bicycle, along with spare parts and a bit of repair knowledge, can serve both practical transportation and emergency mobility purposes. Learning to navigate efficiently and carry essential supplies really does mirror the strategic use of bicycles during wartime. The blackout curtain protected lives as much as homes, you know. Civilian areas were targets during air raids, making blackout curtains more than just a precaution. They were a genuine protective measure. Families learned to block light completely, preventing planes from identifying targets and giving themselves a better chance of survival during bombing raids. Applying this knowledge today involves understanding environmental safety and the psychological impact of preparedness. Practically, stock blackout curtains or heavy-duty drapes in key living areas and learn how to secure windows quickly. This simple tool demonstrates how foresight and small adjustments can reduce risk during dangerous situations. The garden spade turned backyard soil into sustenance. Victory gardens and small-scale cultivation became essential as commercial food supply chains broke down. A garden spade was a simple yet transformative tool, turning backyard soil into a source of vegetables, herbs, and even medicinal plants. Families that mastered gardening often supplemented rationed foods and sustained themselves through the worst shortages. Modern enthusiasts can replicate this by starting a small emergency garden. Learn soil preparation, seasonal planting, and companion planting techniques to maximize yield. This knowledge reinforces the principle that survival often depends on self-sufficiency, patience, and observation. Skills. Families honed under extreme pressure. Survival during WWII was as much about ingenuity as it was about endurance. These 7 tools, the pressure cooker, hand crank radio, tin can, sewing kit, bicycle, blackout curtain, and garden spade, offer timeless lessons in adaptability, resourcefulness, and practical planning. By studying and applying these tools today, we honour the ingenuity of past generations and prepare ourselves for challenges ahead. If this deep dive into WWII survival strategies fascinated you, make sure to subscribe to After the Sirens, share this video with fellow history enthusiasts, and leave a comment with the survival tool you find most remarkable. Every insight helps us uncover hidden stories that shaped civilian life during the most turbulent era of the 20th century.